My dear students, I'm so sad not being able to come there. I wanted to be there. Really, I wanted to be there. But I'm not able to come there because of some technical reasons. Even when I'm alone here, so far away from you, I remember you. Still, I remember the glorious moments with you inside the classroom. Our discussions, our questions and answers, our jokes, everything still I remember by sitting on a chair inside this room. I feel that all of you still remember me. I wanted to write a letter for you because I feel that letter writing is something special to show emotions. And still I remember our discussions on education and related aspects. In this letter too, I want to write something about education, because education cannot be forgotten in our life as teachers. So I want to write something about education for nation building. What does it mean? What education does for nation building? What should education do for nation building? And if we think about nation building, the most important or the most useful weapon for or instrument for nation building is nothing else but education. Education is such a great weapon for nation building. The most important thing is that education creates an enlightened society. And only an enlightened society can contribute for the development of our nation. An enlightened society with some creative ideas, with some positive attitude, with some great stuff of knowledge. Only such a society can contribute for nation building. So, when we talk about education for nation building, the most important factor is that education creates enlightened society. Or if we talk about what should education do for nation building, the most important purpose of education is to create enlightened societies, to create enlightened citizens. After a couple of days, again I start writing letter. Or I may tell that I continue with the letter which I started before a couple of days. I feel that writing letters will give us an opportunity for traveling back to our glorious past. I go on with this letter because I have got such a great degree of affection towards you. So I want to keep the relationship with you. So I go on with the same topic. We just talked about creating an enlightened citizen by education. And some more factors are there which are useful in nation building. The second factor which help in building a nation is that education creates democratic societies, or education creates democratic citizens. As a democratic country, we can build a better nation only with some people who are ready to follow the democratic values like liberty, fraternity, and equality. You cannot impose democracy, but the citizens should be ready to accept the democratic setup. For that, they should be ready to uh, respect the rights of others, and they should know what their rights are. They should be able to sacrifice for the rights of others. Then only we can realize the concept of fraternity. So we have to create such a great society or citizens who are voluntarily ready to accept and follow democratic values, and education does the purpose. So education creates democratic citizens, and democratic citizens are an asset for the development of our nation. Again, I come back after 1 week. It was not because I had forgotten you, but I had got some engagement, some other works, but still I always remembered you. And just after getting an opportunity, a few minutes, again I start writing this letter. The same topic I want to continue here. Education and nation building. The next thing is that education helps in promotion of national integration. I had told in one of my classes in the past what national integration is. National integration is the feeling of oneness in the minds of the people of a country. As a citizen of the country, regardless to the difference in regional places, language, religion, culture, and anything else. And see, we can develop our nation only by creating a sort of feeling of oneness among the people of our country. It is something important, and education does that purpose. Education creates national integration among the people by teaching them the history of our country, the historical freedom fighting which occurred in our country in the past, while teaching about the national leaders who fought for the welfare of our country. So education helps in creating national integration. And national integration, the feeling of we or the feeling of oneness, is one of the most important factors behind a better nation building. I have got that much excitement in writing this letter. So itself, within 24 hours, I couldn't help coming again. So I start writing the letter again. Education and nation building. If you think about education and nation building, another factor is that education helps in the development of human resource. Human resource or the manpower is the most important resource of any country. And think about our country. Our country, India, has got one of the greatest manpower in the world. So we have to make use of this manpower. And here comes the concept of trained labor, trained laborers. That means the laborers who haven't got any training and the laborers who have got some systematic training are different in their skill and in their approach, attitude, in their capability of creating more and more products. So in the case of economic development of a country, and see, without economic development, we cannot build a nation. We cannot have a better nation building. So economic development is an important factor behind nation building. And education helps in economic development too by by helping in the development of human resource, human development of the manpower of our country. So in this regard as well, education helps in the process of nation building. Really, I have become crazy in letter writing now. So again, I come back just after a few hours. This evening, I was writing something, and the very night itself, I had to come back. And education helps in creating great leaders. How can we build a nation, a better nation, without some great leaders who have got some foresight and multi-sided vision? Is something important for that. So nation building will be possible only with some great leaders. And if we think about our past, we can see that leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Swami Vivekananda, Tagore, Aurobindo, each and every one had got some sort of education. And they By making use of the education which they had caught as a weapon, they have built this nation. And for building a better nation, or for continuing this building of our nation, we need some great leaders. And education creates some great leaders with some communication power, with some multi-sided vision, with great knowledge, with great skill. So again, education plays a vital role in the case of nation building in this regard. And my dear students, this will be my last letter to you, because I feel that I will be fortunate to meet you again after a while. In this last letter, I want to conclude the topic which I have been writing during these days. Education is a wonderful weapon which helps in nation building. Still, there are different things by which education helps in nation building. Just like creation of better infrastructure, enhancement of researchers in our country, increasing the productivity of our nation, enhancing the tourism in our country, and creating new technologies. So it has got some inevitable place in the case of nation building. If a person tells that a better nation cannot be built without education, we can never blame him, because it's a fact. It really is a fact. So I hope that we would meet shortly. Thank you. Goodbye.